Okay, welcome. It's great to see so many people here this morning. I'm going to talk about the elementary after-school activities, which includes the sports activities. And for those of you who may not have met me in the previous session, my name is Miss Elizabeth Davenport. I have my students and athletes call me Miss Elizabeth. So for our after-school activities programs, we are always interested in finding out what are the kids interested in learning about beyond their actual school day. And then we chat with our teachers and we try to come up with a plan for as many of those interests to be addressed, depending on the age range. And we have our own faculty members work with our students, specifically during COVID times. Now we have been only utilizing our internal faculty to do everything. But in other times, we have been able to get some wonderful experts from outside. So in activities such as dance, and sometimes for some of our younger students, some gymnastics and some football activities as well. So some examples. We've put here a few slides to share with you some of the examples of activities that we find our students really excited to be engaged in. Chess is something that our kids really love. We get a lot of children involved in that. The drama program, and a lot of craft activities too. A lot of things where kids are building and exploring things and using their hands. We've done some recycled art in terms of physical activity. We've done some yoga, hip hop dance. We've had ballet dance in the past. We've had cooking activities for all age ranges, and that's a very popular one as well. And we use our makerspace, and we've done a lot with our Geek Squad robotics. So just to name a few activities that our kids get involved in, and they are so excited. It's one of our highlights of the day, is at the end of the day when the kids are milling about and all excited, getting ready to head off to their after-school activities. In terms of athletics, we have a philosophy that everything that we're doing is education-based. So most of our coaches are teachers, and we want them to make sure that our students are engaged in learning about the fundamental athletic skills. They need to learn a lot about teamwork, character, and sportsmanship. Those are vital to being a dragon athlete, knowing how to conduct yourself appropriately and be a good sport in the process. We also make sure that learning is a highlight of what we do. We want to win, of course. Our kids always want to win, but we need to ensure that they're learning, and they're learning the best skills, the best way to behave, the best way to be a good team member. Those are really important skills that carry onwards off from the soccer field and into life. Our facilities, that's something that we're very proud of at SSIS, because we have a 25-meter swimming pool, and it has the electronic timing system and the scoreboard and all of the things that make it a really exciting venue to be in. We have 2 very large soccer fields where we can conduct 4 soccer games at the same time. And we're fortunate enough to also have 2 very large gymnasiums where we can run 4 basketball games at the same time. So plenty of opportunities to use our facilities for practices. And because we have such great facilities, we end up hosting a lot of tournaments at our school as well. So a little bit about the actual sports that we have. We do them in seasons, and our seasons are approximately 10 weeks long. And this is for the local city league. And we divide them up as the grid shows. We have cross country, we have badminton, and we have table tennis. We have soccer, track and field, basketball, and swimming. Some of these sports, we're able to allow grades 3 through 5 to participate in. So we have swimming and track and field and cross country. Grades 3 through 5 are all able to sign up for them. And only grades 4 and 5 participate in our official basketball team, tennis, table tennis team, soccer, and badminton teams. Now, these teams are training usually immediately after the school day ends, and they usually train 2 times each week. So we have a few questions that we like to encourage our parents to talk with their student prior to starting their sports team. And we need our parents. We need our parents to be in line with what we want for their children as they engage in athletics at our school. So simple questions of, do I want my child to play? If so, why do I want them to play? And as you go down the list, there's questions are there. So then we ask that our parents remember what their answers are and ask their children, why are you playing? And let's see, do they line up? Are they in line with each other? Because we want to make sure that it's a good learning experience and that our parents are on board and excited as their children are when they're coming out to play sports with us. Okay. If you have any questions and you can't think of things right now, you'd like to take a little bit more time to think about it, please feel free to reach out to me through my email address there. And I think we'll open up the opportunity for people to ask any questions if you have them.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Davenport. Thank you for your sharing. It's very helpful. I have a very interesting questions here. What are the benefits of after-school activity for our elementary school students? Could you please share a little bit about it?
Sure. Well, it's the opportunity is there for students to learn about something that they're interested in or learn a new skill that they want to hone in and improve. It's an opportunity for them to socialize with their friends while being constructive and doing some kind of activity, whether it be a sport or a craft activity or be part of the drama or the music program. There's many opportunities for our students to really just work on those good socializing skills.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mrs. Davenport, as SSIS for elementary school program, what is the most preferable after school activity?
Ooh. Well, that would depend on the age range. In our lower elementary school, one of the most popular activities is Lego building and cooking. Those are 2 very popular ones for grades 2 and younger. For grades 3 upward, a lot of arts and crafts activities, the robotics and getting into the makerspace and playing around and learning how things work. And of course, the sports.
Thank you, Ms. Davenport. We have a questions here from the chat. Really like the athletic plan, but do you also have after-school art and music program for these grades?
For the grades that are involved in athletics, yes, there are other opportunities. And usually what we do is we create our sports schedule so that students can participate in their after-school activities on some of the days and their sport on other days. So we try to make sure as well that when we offer our after-school activities, such as an art class or a dance class, or paper craft, recycled art, we try to make sure that we don't offer too many of the same thing on the same day. and we spread them out throughout the week. So if you're on the soccer team and you're training on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can still sign up for an activity on Mondays.
Thank you so much. We still have a few minutes. Parents, please add any question that you have in the chat so we can help you explore more about our program.
Don't be shy. Ask any question.
There's a, it's here, I'm Katrina here. There's a question in the chat. It says, if there is after school activity, is there an after school activity that kindergarten children can participate in?
Yes, we do. We have activities for our kindergarten and our EC children as well. And they're very much age appropriate. There's a lot of crafting. There's some outdoor exploration where they are, kind of learning about the plants in the garden area and taking walks around, exploring the bugs and the different things that they could encounter. There's also play in different spaces that they wouldn't normally be playing in. Try to think, what are some of the other activities that we've had there? We have had some music and some yoga for that younger age range as well. And cooking. It's a very popular one at that age range.
And this is Davenport. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
You got it, Yang. No, you're doing a wonderful job facilitating.
Thank you. We have another question here, Mrs. Davenport. Do you have any activities in the weekend?
It is something that we have been, in the past, we have had sometimes some predominantly sport activities that run on the weekends. For the last couple of years, obviously with COVID, we've had to reduce that kind of activity, but we would definitely be looking forward to it as we start to be able to do more and more on campus.
And another question here, Mrs. Davenport. There are extra fees for these activities?
Great question. Most of our activities, no, there is not an extra fee. However, if the instructor is required to buy some supplies that we don't readily have on campus, such as I think there was a hair bow making activity, and the instructor had to go out and purchase materials. So we don't usually have a very large fee if there is a fee. Sometimes for the hip hop dance, if it's an outside person running the activity, they will charge a fee.
Thank you so much for the helpful information. There is another good questions here. What about library and reading activities?
Yes. There is actually the program that was put in place last year called Library Ambassadors, and they were students that would learn how to find books and assist in the library for putting books away. So definitely working on those skills of understanding the systems that are in place in the library.
Thank you so much. We still have a few minutes. Yeah, we still have a few minutes. Please, parents, please feel free to ask any questions that you have. Oh, another good questions here, Mrs. Davenport. Is learning Vietnamese among the after-school activities?
No, that we have not actually put that as an after-school activity. It is something that is an expectation within our school for Vietnamese students to be part of. But I believe looking back a couple of years ago, there was an actual class that was there for non-Vietnamese speakers to start learning some fundamentals and basics of how to communicate in Vietnamese. And believe there was in Mandarin as well.
Thank you very much. So we are having less than 3 minutes. Please feel free to ask if you have any questions.
Okay.
Mrs. Davenport, how late do these activities run?
Oh, good question. Okay. Most of our activities finish by 4 o'clock in the afternoon for elementary school. The middle school and the high school run a little bit different, but for the elementary school till 4 p.m.
Thank you. And another question's here. When using pickup service from school, it still apply on the day student having extra activities?
Yes, there is as part of our system, there is a way for parents that have their children bused, they can still go home on buses. And there's a format that we follow that allows you to make that request.
Thank you very much.
It's great. If you can't think of any questions now, please feel free to send me an email and I will do my best to answer any questions that you might have later.